Welcome back. After a briefing from his COVID team today, President Biden is set to roll out a 6-point plan tomorrow, including efforts to get more Americans vaccinated. The new White House strategy comes as the Delta variant is upending return to office plans and sounding alarms as children head back to schools. Alice Barr reports from Washington.
I want to thank
President Biden today remembering the lives lost to the COVID pandemic.
I'd like to pause for a moment of silence to honor the hundreds of union workers and essential workers who have died from COVID-19.
He's meeting with his COVID advisors and preparing to address the nation tomorrow about a new 6-point plan to battle the Delta variant that's still surging across the country. In hard-hit Idaho, this hospital turning a conference room into a COVID unit as it quickly runs out of space.
The patients that are being hospitalized are largely unvaccinated, but many of them are younger and they're getting sicker faster.
The president planning to double down on public-private partnerships to get more Americans vaccinated, especially those under 40 who are lagging behind. He's also expected to address plans for booster shots, and he's under pressure to offer more guidance for schools, with thousands of largely unvaccinated students now back in the classroom, and many states banning mask mandates.
Absent masks, we just simply don't have the social space within the schools in order to be able to operate safely.
COVID outbreaks have already caused 1,400 school closures in 35 states, and the American Academy of Pediatrics says cases among kids are rising. More than 250,000 children testing positive last week alone. That's more than a quarter of all new cases nationwide.
In his speech tomorrow, President Biden is also expected to address how to fight the next COVID variant as the virus continues to mutate. Early data suggests the Mu variant could resist vaccines, though more research is needed. A Waseca, Minnesota football coach is recovering from a sudden cardiac arrest at Friday's game, and his doctors say he defeated the odds by surviving the incident. Reporter Megan Gray has his story.
For most players, winning a high school football opener is a memorable occasion. But for the Waseca Blue Jays, it's a night they'll never forget. That's because head coach Brad Wendland is alive after collapsing on the sideline. Wendland has led the Blue Jays for 16 seasons. With only 31 seconds left in Friday's season opener against St. Peter, the 48-year-old began to feel dizzy. He took a knee to wait out the rest of the game.
It happened over the course of just a few seconds, and I thought, well, okay, this doesn't feel very good. I'm just going to take a knee here for a second. And then when it passes, I'll come back up and go on with whatever. And then that's the last thing I remember.
Suddenly, the crowd's attention shifted from the Blue Jays' 21-13 lead to Wendland, who collapsed unresponsive on the sideline.
I glanced over and I saw basically at the time it was just somebody laying on the ground. It didn't take long to realize that it was coach.
So I ran over to get the AED and then came back, and that's right when our Good Samaritan came down.
The team's athletic trainers and a nurse in the stands rushed to Wendland, performing life-saving measures until paramedics arrived. After several chest compressions and an AED shock, he became responsive.
I opened my eyes, and it was unusual because I was very with it and very unaware of what the severity of what had happened. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't just let me stand up. I need to go talk to the team,
Wendland was taken by ambulance to Mayo Clinic Health System in Mankato. Aside from chest soreness, he says he felt normal. Meanwhile, players decided to finish the game for Wendland. After the clock ran out, both teams knelt and prayed for the coach. Mayo Clinic says out-of-hospital resuscitation from cardiac arrest is rare, with about a 10% survival rate. Doctors are still determining what caused his heart to stop, but a pacemaker was implanted in his chest to help prevent it from happening again. Wendland plans on returning to both the classroom and the field upon his recovery.
I feel like I'm in bonus time now, and I'm going to make the most of it.
In Waseca, Megan Gray, KEYC News Now.
A change will soon be coming for Hulu subscribers. Next on Valley News Live at 5, how much more you'll be paying for its streaming service.